When I first heard this story, I imagined it like this. But that night, it was actually more like this.
Not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
The lights were out and the prisoners of Alcatraz were asleep. At least, that's what the guards thought. One prisoner was running late. That prisoner was 33-year-old Alan West. The last time he tried escaping from a prison was in Bradford County down in the Sunshine State a few years before, landing him here, in Alcatraz. He must have thought it was going to be different this time, but he was wrong.
Why does this always happen to me?
Alan wasn't working alone. For the past 6 months, he and his fellow inmates, Frank Morris and John and Clarence Anglin, had managed to plan this breakout right underneath the guards' noses. They chipped away at the walls behind their air vents using spoons and a stolen drill. A drill that they fixed using the motor from a vacuum cleaner. They covered the noise with Morris's accordion, and fashioned false walls out of cardboard to hide their work from the guards. They even made dummies using stolen hair from the barber shop to make it look like they were snuggled up in their cots, when in reality, they were working away in the middle of the night. And it seems like everyone in the cell block chipped in, whether they knew it or not. Alan and the rest commandeered 50 raincoats to build a raft and stole a concertina, one of those little accordions like Geppetto used in Pinocchio, to fill the raft with air. These guys were like MacGyver, if MacGyver was obsessed with accordions. But all that planning didn't help Alan very much. He was still late, and when he finally made it to the rendezvous point, his stomach sank. The raft was gone, and so were his friends.
I have to go home now.
So the next day, when the FBI was investigating how Frank and the brothers Anglin escaped the rock, they must have asked Alan what he did when he realized he had been abandoned. "What could I do?" I imagine him saying. "I went to sleep." Remember those false walls I mentioned earlier? A couple days before the breakout, Alan's was slipping, so he hastily patched it with, drumroll please, cement. And I have no idea why. Why cement? Let's just say he was the original Florida man.
What's Florida man?
Because apparently, he didn't understand that when you leave cement sitting for an extended amount of time, it hardens. And that's why he was late. So that's how Alan West, on June 11th, 1962, didn't make it out of Alcatraz. And while this story has become popularized by Clint Eastwood's movie Escape from Alcatraz, the real takeaway from this story, the true moral if there is one, the most valuable thing to remember if you ever find yourself needing to escape from somewhere, always pack an accordion. Or two.